Hi, my name is Deb Aruda, and my story began in 2009. I was laid off from my job, which kind of made me think, oh my God, I have to start using my health insurance because my health insurance is probably going to go away pretty soon. I went to my gynecologist who said, you know what, you should have your first mammogram. And I did, and that's how my breast cancer was found. I had no palpable lump, and I was completely deluded and in shock that somebody as young as me could actually be diagnosed with breast cancer.
In 1975, Ms. magazine was relatively new, although it still exists. I read an article on breast cancer, and it told you how to self-examine. One of the things it said was, if you raise your arm and there's a dimpling, which meant a wrinkling on your breast, and you feel a small lump or something, it's probably breast cancer.
Wow.
So I decided to examine my breasts. I looked in the mirror, held up, and this was fine. I held up the left side because I thought I felt something very tiny. And when I looked in the mirror, there was a dimpling. I think I knew at that moment it was a diagnosis of death, really. In 1975, breast cancer was considered a death sentence. A very young doctor was the first one to look at it. So I went like this, and he said, I'll have you see Dr. So-and-so. He was a senior doctor. That doctor came in to see me. He saw. This is what he said. I'm afraid, my dear, you are going to need a radical mastectomy. Even though it turned out I had stage 1 no nodal involvement.
Oh, that's my diagnosis too.
But I had a radical, which, as you know, they take out muscle and many, many nodes.
So in 2009, what was your treatment?
My treatment was a lumpectomy and radiation and tamoxifen. In the years since you've been diagnosed, they've kind of found out that breast cancer isn't one disease, and they don't treat all breast cancers the same. And since mine was very hormone positive and very early stage, and I was node negative, I didn't need chemo.
I remember a number of years ago, a doctor and I were having a discussion between us, and I told him about the radical and all of that. And he said to me, aren't you angry that when you were diagnosed, you didn't have the lumpectomy, et cetera, available to you? And I said to him, I'm here, aren't I?
Right. Being an empowered patient is so important, especially when you're going through a very scary time like a cancer diagnosis. And it's so important to have a support community around you that can help you get through it, because it's terrifying. And thank goodness for Share and the people that work at Share who are there and will be with you however you need it every step of the way.
Experience is our expertise. And it is a powerful statement that I didn't realize or recognize prior to my breast cancer. So when we speak to doctors, their expertise, presumably, is medical knowledge and competence. That's not our area. Mm-hmm. But it gives us a feeling that our expertise, because we have or had the illness, makes a great contribution. And I think we all need to remember that.